Hello, everyone. This is Heather. I am so happy to be coming to you live today. I'm going to go ahead and wait for a couple of you guys to pop on. I actually think I might have some internet issues. So if you are on live, go ahead and let me know that you can see me and that you can hear me. I've been having internet issues for the past couple of days, so I'm hoping it's not going to affect this live, but I just want to be sure. So anyways, when you pop on, go ahead and say, hey, leave me a note in the comment section. Tell me who you are and what you do, what you photograph. If this is your first time watching one of my lives, well, first of all, thank you so much for taking time to be here. I try to do these Facebook Lives on a pretty weekly basis, and the whole point of them is basically I just want to share what I've learned as I've grown my photography business over the past couple of years. So if you are a first-time joiner, I would love to give you a little bit of an intro into who I am and what I do. My name is Heather. I actually am a photographer in the Northern Virginia area, just right out of DC. And I started photographing when I was actually laid off from my job about just over 5 years ago. And it came out of the blue, completely unexpected. And it really catapulted me into just really making my then photography hobby, try to make it work and try to replace the income that I had lost. I am a stay-at-home mom. So at the time I had an 8-month-old baby and I had to figure out how to make income and actually replace the money that I had just lost. So I really went to work. I really, did my best. I tried everything under the sun and more, and some things worked great and other things didn't. But I've learned through the years to I've learned how to grow my business and how to make it sustainable and actually how to balance it out with my home life. I actually have 2 little boys now, a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. And I love my business because it does give me the flexibility to be the mom that I want to be. And what's so cool is that I'm now making more than 3 times as I used to at my old day job, which is just phenomenal in and of itself. And now I've started coaching other photographers who want that same kind of lifestyle, who want to be that mom first or that parent first, who has that time freedom to be with their kids, and also has marketed their photography studio in a way that brings in consistent clients month after month and yields amazing results and clients who refer you and who just love working with you. So that's basically who I am in a nutshell. I see a couple of you popped on. So go ahead and feel free to introduce yourself in the comment section and tell me, what you photograph and where you're from. I'd love to hear. And I'm actually just going to dive right into today's topic, which is a really good one. Today, I want to talk to you about how to build belief in yourself and in your abilities to run a successful portrait studio. So if you've ever felt like that you don't have enough experience, or maybe that you're not as good as the photographer down the road, and you just don't feel good enough, or maybe you've ever felt like you wanted to raise your prices, but you're wondering if you're actually really worth it, that if people would really pay that price point for you, or maybe you've struggled and doubted whether or not you are actually capable of running a successful portrait studio, then I just want you to know that you're in the right place. I'm going to go ahead and share with you some tactics that I have used over the years to help me build belief in myself and in my abilities that led to the success that I am now walking in with my photography. So if that's you, I hope you enjoy this episode. It's going to be a good one. But basically, do you guys remember when we were kids? We used to think that we could do anything. When people asked us what we wanted to do as kids, we'd probably list off a whole long list of things, and we had no fear or doubt that we could ever attain those. My 5-year-old, his name's Aiden, and if you ask him what he wants to be, he'll list a whole long list. He wants to be a firefighter, he wants to be a doctor, he wants to be a pilot, he wants to be an artist, he wants to be this whole long list of things, and he wants them to be them all at the same time. And there is not a hint of doubt in him. He doesn't doubt his capabilities at all. He knows, like, if he wants it, he'll go do it, and there's no fear attached to that. But as we grow up, we tend to lose that self-confidence in ourselves. We graduate college and maybe get smacked upside the head by reality. And then we might find ourselves in a job that we don't like, or in a relationship that's not healthy, or we just experience disappointments after disappointments after disappointment. And we begin to doubt our abilities to really go after our dreams, and we really wonder if our dreams are attainable. And oftentimes we settle for less than what we really, really want. If you feel for that at all, go ahead and click the heart icon, or go ahead and share with me in the comment section, because I'd love to hear if this is resonating with you. I want to hear that. And if you're anything like me, you've probably had a thought that before that's just like, I'm just not good enough. That's been one negative thought of mine that has been gnawing at me ever since I can remember. And even to this day, a little bit, I've gotten a lot better at it, but I have this gnawing feeling that I am just not good enough. And I know so many of you out there feel the same way. I've worked with dozens of other aspiring photographers, and sadly, it's the norm to feel not good enough. It's the norm to not really value ourselves or our time or our artwork. And guys, that sucks. That's not how it should be at all. And so I know that you guys, you want to book in more clients. You want to raise your prices, and you want to actually make a profit. I know you want to actually have clients who value you, who love what you do, and who will pay whatever price that you put on your pricing menu for that. And I know you want to have that confidence in yourself and in your photography and your skills as a business owners. And I know you want that, because I've wanted all that too. But there's this gap. There's this divide between, where we are now in terms of how we think about ourselves and what we believe about ourselves and then also on the other side, this bridge over here where we're trying to get to that healthy mindset, that successful mindset. And so it becomes like, how do we bridge this gap to actually get to what we want and to actually have the business that we want? So basically, I want to share with you that in order to have your version of success, whatever that looks like for you, you have got to believe in yourself first. It starts with you. It starts with how you look at you, how you value you, and then once you are on, once you're on that right path, once you start leading the way, others will follow you. So basically, I have walked the road of not believing in myself for quite a while. I didn't value my that got me nowhere. So if you are wondering how to price yourself, or if you're wondering if your work is really good enough, and basically you're probably in this stuck spot that is just, it just doesn't feel good, and you want more, but you're just not sure how to get it. So basically, I want to go ahead and dive right into the 4 tips that I have to share with you that is all about how to build your confidence or build up your belief in yourself. So here we go. The first tip, tip number 1, is to actually examine your thoughts. So basically, everything we do, everything starts in our minds. What you think about is what you act upon. What you act upon becomes your habits, and then your habits basically determines your success or your failure in life. So your thoughts are really key into achieving the business and the life that you want. For the majority of my life, I've actually struggled with super low self-esteem and super low confidence. And I didn't think that I was pretty enough. I didn't think I was good enough. I didn't think I was smart enough or talented enough. I basically felt like I didn't measure up at all. And I didn't even try a lot of things that I wanted to do because I felt like I was just destined to fail. So why even bother trying? And my thought life was just it was in the gutter. It got me nowhere. It just got me a whole lot of more stuff that I didn't want to be a part of. And so basically, if you don't change your thoughts and start thinking positively, your thoughts serve you. So they're either going to serve you in a positive way or in a negative way. I was stuck in a negative cycle, and I didn't have the business I wanted. I didn't have the life that I wanted. I didn't experience the things that I wanted to. But it wasn't until I started changing my thought life that I started experiencing the things that I actually really, really wanted to deep down inside. So if you're stuck in a negative cycle, well, first of all, I just want you to be aware of it. start becoming aware of what you think about and when those thoughts start to pop up. So if you have, basically everybody has negative thoughts. So start to become aware of when you have those. Is it when you hang around certain people or when you watch certain TV shows? Is it when you're flipping through Facebook and you start to compare yourself with everybody else and you don't feel good enough? So start to recognize what your thoughts are like and start to determine what you're doing that leads to those thoughts. And then you can make adjustments. Like if you notice that if you hang out with, maybe this friend or that friend, you just come back feeling drained or feeling just ucky or just not in a way that forward, then stop hanging out with that friend. We are basically the sum total of the 5 people we hang out with most. So really surround yourself with people who will encourage you, who will uplift you, who will speak truth into your life, and that will help change your thought life too. So I'm gonna go ahead into step number 2, which is very similar to step number 1, but step 2 is to basically just change your mindset. So this is just taking it a little bit further. It's not enough to just stop thinking the bad. You have to replace the bad thoughts with good thoughts. And so one of the things that I've used over the year, actually I've only been doing this for the past year, and it's been amazing, is I use affirmations a lot. And basically an affirmation is a sentence or a phrase. It's a positive sentence or phrase that you can say to yourself or you write down just to kind of really get you in that mindset, that frame of mind where you can actually go achieve the success that you want. So basically, well, honestly, when I started using affirmations, I felt really stupid and silly. And I was like, this is so weird. Like, this is not going to have any sort of effect whatsoever, but they really work. So I'm actually going to share with you 3 different ways that I use affirmations, and all of them work. So basically, I use some form of this relationship I want to have with my husband or with my walk with God or as a mother or also in my business. And I write these affirmations, or I read through these affirmations every single morning before the kids get up. I go through these affirmations. Another thing I do is I actually write them down. Your brain retains information so much greater when you actually take that extra step to write things down. So I have this little journal, and basically it is filled with all these affirmations, and then the same thing. So I basically just repeat my affirmations every single day. Again, with just, who I want to be, the kind of wife I want to be, the kind of mother I want to be, the kind of business that I want to have. And I just write those out every single day so that I am training my mind to think on the things that will push me forward, that will spur me forward. And the third way that I actually use affirmations is through something called a mind movie. And if you are familiar with what that is, go ahead and let me know. I actually didn't learn about this method until a couple of months ago, I guess. But basically what I did is I created a slideshow. Yuri, I'm so glad you just popped on. Thank you for joining. But basically for my mind movie is what it's called. I just created a slideshow like you would in Animoto. I know most of you photographers are familiar with Animoto. But basically I just pinned in pictures with my affirmation phrases, my affirmation words. And it just plays, it plays through it. Mine's like, I think 2.5 minutes long, maybe 3 minutes long. And basically I watch that every night before I go to bed because I want to go to bed thinking on the things that will take me further, that will spur me on, the things that are positive and not just like the long list of things I need to get done or what I didn't get done that day or everything that I have to do tomorrow. I want to train my mind to think on things that will actually get me further ahead. There's this really great proverb. It's Proverbs 27:3. But basically it says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. And basically what this means is like what you hold in your heart, you actually act upon. You really feel like you are. And so what I've done is through, my 3x5 cards that I'm just flipping through and actually writing it out in my journal, and then also my mind movie, is I'm basically trying to retrain my mind to think things that are positive. I like many of you, like I've really struggled with having a mindset that's in the gutter. And so I'm really trying to work my way out of that so that I can have more of a successful mind. And once you get that successful mind, then you can start acting in that way. And then you'll have the experience up with your really, really cool change. overwhelming. I mean, if you have the notification set up on your phone and your phone's constantly dinging off, like we can just feel overwhelmed when we just hear ding, ding, ding from our email or from Instagram notifications or Facebook notifications. And when we feel that overwhelm, we tend to not do anything because we don't even know where to start, so we don't do anything. So we just sit on the couch and watch TV mindlessly or go through Facebook again mindlessly, and we get stuck in this cycle of feeling overwhelmed but not doing anything about it. So instead of doing that, I would actually recommend that you set small daily goals for yourself. One of the things that I've done every day before I start my work days, I look at what I have to do that day. And I ask myself, okay, what is the most valuable thing that I can get done right now? As a lot of you guys know, I have my kids home with me. My 5-year-old just started school, but prior to like 2 weeks ago, he was at home with me. My 2-year-old was home with me. So my time was very limited to work in my business. So if I had an hour, if I had 20 minutes, whatever time I had, I would look at what I had to do and I would basically ask myself, what is the one thing that I can do right now that would have the greatest impact on my business? And I would do that one thing. And I would put my phone aside, wouldn't look at anything else until that until that task was done. And that's really cool because what it did is, like, once I got that task done, I felt so much weight lifted off of my shoulders, so much ease. I was like, oh, I felt so accomplished. And then that made me want to get more things done. I actually have a really good book recommendation for you guys. I love reading, and I read this a while back. It's called Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. But basically, it gives you 21 ways to stop procrastinating and get more done. And basically the whole theory behind this book is to get the one thing done that's the hardest. Start with your hardest task and get that done and out of the way. And as you start to you feel better about yourself when you've actually been productive. And so this book really helps you kind of figure out, okay, what is the most productive thing that you can do with your time, whether you have an hour or whether you have 8 hours or whether you have 20 minutes. What is the one thing that you could do right now that would just take your business to that next level, and focus on that task first. So let's go ahead and move on to tip number 4, which is basically to just do it. Life is short. We only have one shot at this. We only have one shot to make this work. And what I've learned too is, like, I regret the things that I didn't do, but wanted to do more than the things that hold on, how did I say that? I wrote this down. So basically, you're going to regret the things that you didn't do, but wanted to, more than the things that you do. So basically, this whole point is to just get over your fear and do it anyways. I know it's scary. I know it's easy to worry and to fret and to wonder if things are going to work out. I know it's hard to feel like you put out some sort of marketing idea for your business, and like, what if nobody schedules anything? What if nobody comments? What if nobody wants this? And I know that's fearful. But basically, guys, a lot of the things that we fear never end up happening. So I just want to encourage you to just go out there and do it. I believe that our lives and our businesses are supposed to bring us joy. They're supposed to be serving the greater community and our clients in a way that just brings life and joy. And we're supposed to be bringing something back for our family. I believe we are supposed to be financially blessing our family. And I want to encourage everyone to stop living in a debt mindset, in a mindset like there just isn't enough, or that there's lack, because I believe there's so much more for you out there, and that we weren't created to live lives that are just ho-hum, that was just like, okay, I guess this is the best it's going to get. I really believe that, our businesses, our photography businesses, are really a great way to serve your clients extremely well, to just make them feel beautiful and empowered, and to also financially bless our family, and to then, be generous with what you make and give to other causes that you believe in and that you want to support. So basically, I just want to encourage you to get out there and do it. One of the business coaches I follow pretty regularly, her name is Marie Forleo. Check her out. She's on YouTube. She says, and that is so true. Like, even if you don't know how to market yet, or even if you don't know how to price yourself, or even if you don't know this or that or lighting or yada, yada, yada. There are ways to figure that out. You just have to go out there, start learning, start investing in yourself, start doing. So basically anything that you need to know, you can learn. We have this great thing called the internet and Google. So basically any information that you basically need is out there. It's at the tip of your fingertips. So I just want to encourage you guys to stop living in fear and just to start doing. And the more that you do, the less that you will feel the fear, the less that it will control you. So there you guys have it. Those are my 4 tips to start building belief in yourself and in your business to actually really make it something that you want it to be. Again, it's just to examine your thoughts, really be aware of what you're thinking, and really just start to notice why you think those things or when you think those things or where you are and who you're with, and just start to become aware of what you think. The second tip is to actually just change your mindset. I love using affirmations to help me shift my mindset from, one of lack and struggle to one of abundance and possibility, and I can do this kind of type mentality. The third step is to actually take small steps consistently. It's not a marathon. It's not a race, it's a marathon, it's a journey. Success is found in the journey. You just have to be consistent every day. Do one small thing every day and you will see results. And then the 4th step is to just do it. Get over your fear, stop complaining about the saturated sea of photographers who charge next to nothing down the road. Yourself doing, start taking those small steps to start learning to know what you need to do to get your business to where you want it to be. So I would love to hear what you guys think about those tips. Did you have a favorite? Let me know. Do you use any of these? Have any of you used affirmations in your business and in your life? Let me know what you think. I would, just love to hear. As I mentioned earlier, I also coach aspiring photographers who want to actually take their business to the next level, who want to fast track their success and start making income and having an impact. So if you're interested in learning more about my coaching program, it's a 4-month coaching program. It's pretty intense, and it's definitely for those who want results and want results fast. Go ahead and private message me. It's a very limited. I only have 2 spots open right now. But if you're interested, if you want to hear more about it, I would love to learn more about your business and what you're currently struggling with and what your goals are, just to see if we're a good fit. Go ahead and private message me, and I'd be happy to share more information and just connect with you. But anyways, go ahead and let me know what you think of this. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much for watching the replay. Go ahead and let me know in the comment section that you were here and say hey. But anyways, I will be back next week with another Facebook Live. If you have anything that you're struggling with or any ideas for a future live that you want to hear me talk on, go ahead and share that as well. I would love, I basically, build these off of what I hear most people are struggling with. But if I haven't touched on your specific struggle yet, go ahead and let me know. Put that in the comment section. I'll be sure to do a future Facebook Live about that. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will talk with you later. Okay, bye-bye.